Hello everyone. Today I am discussing about having clause. In earlier we have discussed about group by clause. If we want in group by clause, if we want the order of execution will be start from clause. From clause will search in the database for the table, and if the table is found, then it will be keep under execution, and after that the if there is a where condition, it where filter condition, it will be filter that condition, and like e name and department number. Here we have e name and department number, and where filter condition department number not equal to 40. If 10 is not equal to 40, so true. 20 is not equal to 40, true. After that 40 not equal to 40, true. So here the condition gets false, so it will be rejected. All are trues. Then the output of where clause will be e name department number, except 40 all the department numbers are present in the output of where table, output of where clause. After that the group by clause will be executed, so that all the department of 10 and 20 and 30 will be grouped as grouped. And here by using having clause we can give condition also. By using in having, if we give the condition count hashtag greater than 2, so the condition of having is that if we having more than 2 columns or 2 departments, then it will be used. So 10 department, if the number of records are greater than 2, then only it will be accepted, otherwise it will be rejected. Similarly, if the 10 department having 3 records, so it will be stored in group and it will be accepted. 3 greater than 2, true, then it is accepted. 20 in department 20 we have 3 records, so 3 greater than 2, true, condition gets true and it will be accepted. And 30 in department 30 we have C30 F30, 2 greater than 2, condition gets false and it will be rejected. So that we will only get the output of having clause will be 10 20. And after the in having clause, after the order of execution will be start from where group by having, after that select clause. So output of select clause, after all are completed, then it will be select, so that a count of hashtag department number. In department number we have 3 and department number 20 we have 3. Having clause, it is used to filter the groups. By using having clause we will filter the groups, as I said earlier. Syntax for having clause is select group by expression or group function from table name where filter condition. It is not mandatory. If we want, we can use group by column name or expression having a group filter condition. Here we write the filter condition. Order of execution, first the from clause will be executed, and after that where clause, if it is used, then only it will be executed. Here where clause will be executed by row, group by will be executed by row. Having clause will be executed by row. After the completion of these clauses, then only the select clause will be executed. Characteristics of having clause. Having clause executes group by group. Here after selecting the groups, then it will be executing in the having clause. We pass a group filter condition as an argument. We will pass an condition, filter condition, as an argument. We can use multi-row function in having clause. We can use a multi-row function. Example, we can having many condition. Here we can pass conditions. Multi-row function is having n number of inputs and giving only single output. To use a having clause, group by clause is mandatory. For here where clause is not mandatory, but for having but for having clause it is mandatory to have the group by clause. Here we will discuss some query. Write a query to display number of employees working in each department except department number 40 and more than 2 employees in each department. So select count of asterisk comma department number from EMP where department number not equal to 40, group by department number having count of asterisk greater than 2. Here we will discuss about differences between where clause and having clause. Where clause, having clause. Where clause is used to filter the records. Having clause is used to filter the groups. In where clause we will use the we will use to record the we will use to filter the records. Which record we want, or we will accept the records which are passed through the condition, filter condition. And having clause, after the group by clause, then it will be executed, so that all the so we will reject the groups that is not passed in the filter condition. And where clause executes row by row, it will be executed by row by row. Having clause executes group by group. We cannot use multi-row function in where clause. In multi-row in where clause we cannot use multi-row function, but in having clause we can use a multi-row function. To use a where clause, group by clause is not required. Because after the execution of a where clause only the group by clause will be executed. And to use having clause, group by clause is mandatory. Without a group by clause we cannot have having clause. Now we will discuss some queries. Write a query to display department number where there are more than 2 employees. Select a department number from EMP, group by department number having count of asterisk greater than 2. Here we want more than 2 employees. So we will keep as greater than 2. Write a query to display number of employees working in each department if there are more than 2 employees and less than 5 employees. Select department number comma count of asterisk from EMP, so that we can have department number and count of how many employees are present from in the employee table. Group by department number, we are separating with the groups. Having count of asterisk greater than 2. Here the number of employees greater than 2, so I have kept in the condition, and count of greater than less than 5. So I want a number of employees less than greater than 2 and less than 5 employees. Write a query to display number of employees working in each job if there are more than 3 employees. Select count of asterisk comma, here we want job, so comma job from EMP, group by job. I want to separate the groups by jobs. Having count of asterisk greater than 3. I want employees greater than 3. Write a query to display job which is not repeated. So here we want job which is not repeated. So select job from EMP, group by job having count of asterisk equals to 1. So that here count should be equal to 1, so that here only not repeated will be displayed. So if the repeated one will be there, so count will be increased, so that it will be not passed through this filter condition. Write a query to display department number and number of employees working in each department if there are at least two clerks in each department. Select count of asterisk comma department number. So here we want a number of employees and department number from EMP where job equals to clerk, group by department number having count of asterisk greater than equals to 2. So that here we want more than two members, so greater than equal to 2. After that we will discuss about order by clause. Order by clause is used to arrange the records either in ascending order or descending order. In generally, by default the employee table will be the employee table with a department number with employee ID. It will be arranged so that the employee ID will be 7360 7472 7532. So it will be arranged ascendingly, ascending order, and the default will be ascending order. So here we can use here we want another e name should be arranged with ascending order, like alphabetical order, so that first Adams, after that Clark. So here will be it will be arranged as ascending order, alphabetical order. So by using order by clause we can arrange the records in ascending or descending order. Syntax: select a group by expression or group function from table name where filter condition. Where clause is not mandatory. Group by column name or expression, it is also not mandatory. Having a group filter or group filter condition, it is also not mandatory. If we want any condition, then we can use order by column name or expression, ASC for ascending order, and DESC is for descending order. Order of execution: from, first the from will be executed, then where, if it is used, then row, then it will be executed by row, group by if used, row by row, having if used, group by group. After that select group by group, order by row. So order by will be executed by row, and the order by clause is the only one which will be executed after the select clause. Characteristics of order by clause: it executes row by row. So order by clause will be executed by row. It executes after select clause. It is the only one which will be executed after the select clause. Order by clause is the only clause which executes row by row after the execution of a group by clause. If we include the group by clause also, after that if we having order by clause, it will be executed it will be executed by row. In that in the groups also it will be executed by row. We can use alias in order by clause. So in order by clause we can use alias also. So here write a query to display name and annual salary. Arrange the record in ascending order based on annual salary. So here we are using select e name comma sal into 12 annual salary from EMP order by annual salary. So that if we are using in where clause or group by clause as annual sal, it will be not executed because because of that order by clause will be executed after the select clause. So after that select clause will be selected, then only the order clause will be select the filter the records. So only that will be selected after the select clause. So here we can use annual sal, so that it will be taken from the select clause. Order by annual sal. Write a query to display department number and salary in ascending order. So here we want a department number and salary in ascending order. Select a department number comma sal from EMP. Order by sal comma department number. So that salary and department will be arranged in ascending order as default. And write a query to display department number and total salary needed to pay all employees in each department if there are at least 4 employees in each department. So if there are 4 employees, at least 4 employees, so we can use as greater than equal to 4. Select a department number comma sum of sal. So here we want a total salary, so I have used sum of sal from emp group by department number having count of asterisk greater than equals to 4 semicolon. Thank you.